Siddhanti Maharaj has kindly invited me and requested me to speak something. Before I begin, I will just call for the mercy of my Gurudev. Gurave Gaur Chandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnana Janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So we've been doing what is known as kirtan, chanting the holy names of the Supreme All-Attractive Personality. There is a translation, actually, this term, the Supreme All-Attractive Personality, is a translation from a particular name of the Supreme Lord. That name is Krishna. Krishna this term comes from the Sanskrit root akarshan, which means to attract. Why do we call that Supreme All-Attractive Personality attractive, or Krishna? The Vedic scriptures tell us that anyone who possesses any attractive qualities, like beauty, everyone wants to know about them. Otherwise, the tabloid industry would not be successful. Everyone wants to know about that beautiful person. Everyone wants to know about the people with money, the wealthy people. Everyone wants to know about the famous people. Everyone wants to know about those persons who are strong, very strong and powerful. And everyone wants to know about those persons who, although they have everything at their fingertips, have complete detachment from everything. All of these qualities are the qualities of persons that all of the books of this world are written about. All of the movies of this world are made about. Someone with super excellent, extraordinary qualities. According to the definition of Krishna, Krishna means the Supreme All-Attractive Personality who contains within himself all of these qualities to their maximum, unlimited extent. This is the meaning of Supreme All-Attractive Personality, and that is why we call this person Krishna, who is able to attract the hearts of all living entities. And really, how is that possible? Because, just like him, we also are small particles. He has unlimited potency, unlimited power. And we're very small, but we're always eternally part of him. And therefore, our nature is to be attracted to him. How we can obtain that nature, how we can awaken that nature, that is really the conversation of almost every saintly person, of every religious discussion, of any group who is striving toward God. How can I awaken that relationship with God? So the Vedic scriptures give a very interesting example. That if there is a fire, and I also want to burn like that fire, means that fire is the fire of love for God, for Krishna. And I also want to burn like that fire, then I must place myself close or within the proximity of that fire so that I can also become like that I can also catch, and my heart can burn with love and affection for Krishna. So, where can I get that fire? Where can I get that inspiration? How can I awaken my intrinsic love for Krishna, for the Supreme Lord? The scriptures say that there's actually only one way to place ourselves in the vicinity of any person who is always excited, who is always burning for the Lord in love and affection. That means the saints and the sadhus. Those devotees, we call them devotees. Pronunciation of that word is devotee. I just found that out after being a devotee for 44 years. Those who are burning with love and affection for the Lord, if we come close to them, then our hearts will also awaken that intrinsic, natural, inherent tendency. We are made of eternality. We are made of transcendental awareness. And we are made of bliss, love, and happiness. That is called Sat Chit Ananda. But how to awaken that? How to awaken what is trapped inside this body, this mind, and everything, deep inside. How to uncover that nature? That is to come in contact with sadhus or saints. Those persons who have given up every material attachment in order to surrender their full time as a dedicated, loving servant of the Lord. And today we happen to have in our presence one such person who is dedicating his life to the service of the Lord. He is a renounced monk. Means he has given up all attachment to this world. He has no family connections. He has no material connections. He's engaging all of his time and his energy in propagating the glories of Krishna. And also himself practicing and walking on that path to love and affection for Krishna. So we're very fortunate to be able to receive the association and to be able to hear from Srila Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. Please give him a welcome.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरकृष्णे नमः। आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाम्य दिव्य छवि सुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रसप्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते। नित्यानन्दं नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानंद प्रदायने कलो कल्मषनाशाय श्रीजानवापते नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विशुद्धानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। Everybody all together. बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Next time, more high. Hare Krishna कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। chosen devotees here and our respected guests. Welcome everybody. Just now we were hearing we heard such beautiful explanation of what we were singing and chanting and dancing few minutes back. We were chanting the mantra. It's called mantra, which has so much potency, which possesses so much strength that it can even control the all-controller one. I must tell you, I'm from India, and I know.
We don't believe you.
Okay. I must tell you, I'm from Tatastha Shakti. The marginal potency of the Lord. And I don't know when I took birth. Because age is back. I'm still surviving. Yeah. The meaning of mantra. Why I said about India? Because I have witnessed many such mystic yogis who apply the formula and the meaning of the mantra in many ways to control birds, animals, ghosts. I've seen a person who chanted one mantra and the bird was flying and he just landed on the ground with the potency of that mantra. And we are trying to play with the bird to chase him away, but bird was stagnant. He was not able to even move. And I asked the person, what you did? There is no single thread or rope. The wings are perfect, but he is not able to, the bird is not able to fly. He said, I control the bird with the mantra. And I have perfection in this mantra. I said, but what are you going to do with the bird? Are you going to kill the bird? He said, no. This is one art. You know, those who are devotees here, I'm just trying to explain that when Srila Gurudev was present, and on Janmashtami day there was a procession. There used to be a procession in Mathura. And there Gurudev was on a big chariot, and there are many other, what do you call this? Many chariots with some pictures of Radha and Krishna.
Parade.
Huh?
It was a parade.
It's a parade, but
Floats. These are called floats. One after
floats,
the other.
yes. My English is not good, I'm sorry. So, I saw on one of them, there were many birds, but they were not flying. The person who was controlling that, he said, I have controlled them with the potency of my mantra. And when the procession will be over, I will again chant a mantra and set them release. I will release them. I said, wow, can you show me? He said, wait for the time when the procession will be over. And actually I was following this person. And I saw with my own eyes. He closed his eyes, he chanted the mantra, and the birds flew away. Wow. Again, I've seen a person. A child was bitten by a snake. And one person, he chanted the mantra, and the same snake came back and took the poison away out from the body of the child. He said, how did you do this? He said, with the mantra. I know one mantra by which I can control the snakes. And the snake is submissive to my order. Wow. But he practiced many years to get perfection in that mantra. Again, I found one more person who has an army of ghosts around him. Yeah. So I'm not telling lie. It's still in India. This is a place in North India near Rajasthan. There's a temple. They worship Hanuman there. And the priest of the temple, they help those people who are haunted by ghosts. So anyone is haunted by ghosts, he goes to that temple, because the priest of that temple, they have an army of the ghosts, and all these ghosts who are submissive to them, they fight with that person who is haunted by a ghost. Means the fight with that ghost who is haunted, and the ghosts have to run away. How they can control the movements of the ghost? Mantra. See? Such powerful mantras can control the movement of animals, control the movement of birds, snake, ghost. But it's not so easy. They applied so much of their energy and many years to get perfection in those mantras. There was one of our preceptor, Guru Varga. He used to sit on a dead body, and he got perfection in the mantra. When he chanted the mantra, the dead body raised his hand. Bhakti Gaurav Bhai Maharaj, who was sannyas Gurudev of Bhakti Late Madhav Goswami Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, and many other acharyas.
Before he joined
Before he joined Krishna consciousness, he was such powerful yogi. Yeah. So it's not so easy to get all the perfection in these mantras. But again, these mantras are not that powerful. These mantras can only control gross bodies and subtle bodies. That's all. But there is a mantra which can control the movement of the God. And that's why this mantra is not called only mantra, it is called Maha Mantra. The great mantra, the king of all the mantras. I've also seen a person who can hypnotize by just seeing in your eyes and can control you with the power, potency of the mantra. One of my friend, his father, he was running a shop. In the evening, when he's about to close his shop, he's counting his cash. So this person who knew this art of controlling, hypnotize, he came in front of him, and while he was counting and busy in counting the cash, this person was standing in front of me, and he said, "Can you please help me?" He said, "I'm busy." No, please look at me. I need some help." The moment he looked in his eyes, he controlled him. And whatever cash he had, he was just handing over to him. And he was taking this. At the same time, one of his friend, the shopkeeper friend, immediately entered because they both were together in the car going home. He said, "Hey, what is going on? What is this?" And when the absorption broke, and he came to his senses, "Oh, he took my cash," and he just grabbed from him. You see, controlling, hypnotizing people with the potency of mantra. In the same way, now these kind of mantras and this kind of hypnotism and this kind of controlling is forcefully done. No animal, no snake, no human being wants to get controlled. Everyone wants freedom. Whereas there is a mantra which is called king of all the mantras, and we call this mantra as Maha Mantra. This is meant to control and check the movement of the God, who is not forcefully can get control, but he himself wants to get controlled by us. He likes to get controlled by us. This is the difference. Try to understand this. No one, even me, even you, any of us, we don't want to get controlled by anyone. The boss says many things. Oh, every day you have to be punctual. Yes, sir. Yeah. You work overtime. Yes, sir. We have to obey him. He's controlling us. Whereas we don't want. Yeah. No animal want to get control, but control. But this is about ordinary living entities, human beings. But the source of all these living entities, the origin of all these living entities, who is Supreme Personality, to whom we address as Krishna, He is lovingly, freely, He wants to get control. Anyone come in front of me and just say, I want to love you, and I immediately want to get controlled by that person. This is the nature of God. He wants to get control, but we have no desire to control Him. We have a desire to control our girlfriend, our boyfriend, our husband, our wife, anyone. But we have no interest in controlling that person who is easily accessible and he wants to get control. And just by getting controlling not in a negative sense, but just controlling him, what happens? We will get the same nature adopted as he possesses. As just now, my godmother has just mentioned, Krishna possesses 6 opulences. Yeah. What are the 6 opulences? The complete wealth, in extreme. Oh, one can think more than will get. This is only a fraction, a sesame seed. Yeah, just an atom. How much wealth he possesses? He possesses universes, not one, but million of universes in his pocket. He is the controller of million of universes, trillion of universes. At the same time, he is very, very powerful. Virasya. He is very much powerful. And he is very famous person. Although we don't know, many of us we don't know here in London. Yeah. Why we don't know? Again, this is a philosophy. This universe, not only the globe Earth, but there are 7 planets above Earth, 7 planets below Earth. The 14th planetary system is called one universe. This universe is called material world. This is only 1/4 of the complete opulence of that Supreme Lord Krishna. Whereas the spiritual world possesses the 3/4 opulence of the Lord. So anyone in the spiritual world, they all know about him. He is so glorious. He is so famous. He is so renowned there. The 3/4 opulence knows only this 1/4, which is a kind of rejection or under the custody of illusory energy. One don't understand the opulence or don't know even don't know about the name and the figure of the form of Krishna. So much powerful, so much famous. Then he is very knowledgeable. So much knowledge. Yeah. How many stars are there in the sky? Can you Google? How many speck of dust are present on the planet Earth? Google cannot tell. Krishna can tell. What is going on in your heart? Google cannot tell. There are many devices we put here, wrist, arms. It can explain us how much calories we have burned for 1 hour jog or walk. Yeah. It can explain everything. But what is the emotion overflowing in one's heart? Google cannot tell this. Even we cannot understand. Yeah, we can guess. By seeing in someone's eyes, we can guess. What you thinking about me? That guess can be right or wrong. But at Krishna, he's not guessing, he knows everything which is hidden in the innermost core of the heart. He knows every secret, what we are hiding. So nothing is hidden from that Krishna. He's all knowledgeable. Not in 1 or 2%, but every living entities, what emotions, what feelings, what intentions, whatever it is, Krishna is knowing this, knowledgeable. And if I possess all these potent powers or strength, then I'll be a very puffed up person. Oh, I know what's going on in your heart. Yeah. There are many psychics who just, speaking with you and they can tell what's your nature. Sixth sense, very powerful. Or I can be very wealthy at the same time. I can be very powerful at the same time. I can be very knowledgeable at the same time. I'm very famous at the same time. But on the top of that, holding all these opulences but maintaining very humble, renunciate mood is very difficult. If anyone possesses one good quality which is highlighted in the society, one feels like, oh, I'm a high profile person. And the moment there is some problem comes in maintaining that high profile, one feels hurted. Oh, I was not given a seat to sit. There was no clapping for me. There was not a single flower anyone offered to me. Krishna, even though he possesses all these opulences, on the top of that, he maintains very humble mood. He's down to earth. He's above the universe, but he's down to earth. Renunciation. He's completely renounced. Million and billion and trillions of universes emanates from his part and parcel. And they get annihilated, but he's not even least affected with that. Renunciation. So too, can you imagine if this person become our friend? Such a great blessings and fortune. If this person happens to be our friend, can he become our friend? Yes. And what is the meaning of friend? We have many friends around us. Everyone is not intimate. Yeah? There are many friends, but some are very intimate. Amongst the intimate, there will be one or two who are most intimate, to whom we can reveal our heart. Yeah. We all have these friends. What is the meaning of an ideal friend? So, there's one story. There was two friends who used to love each other so much, and they have very deep understanding and helping each other so much. Once upon a time, they were walking in the forest, and when there is sunset, they decided it's not proper to walk anymore because sunset, there is dark, there will be snakes and many ferocious animals. Better we should take a rest overnight here. They both planned to sleep, but then one of them said, no. If we both are resting, what if any snake will come and bite us or any animal will come and eat us? So let's take a turns. One will awake for a few hours, then he will go back to sleep, then other will awake for a few hours, and this way we will spend whole night in the forest. They both agreed. So one friend was sitting and other was lying on his lap. And at the same time, a snake came. This is called Ichhadhari Saap. Ichhadhari Saap, you know? You ever heard this? Yeah? How is it in English? That snake can assume any form.
Shapeshifter.
Shape-shifter. Oh, is a concept here also?
Yes.
Okay, that's good, interesting. It's very easy to explain that. Shape-shifter.
Yes.
Good one. So that snake came and he tried to bite that person who was sleeping on his neck to suck his blood. But the friend who was sitting and was guarding him, he said, no, stop. Don't bite my friend. It will be very painful if you bite on his neck and drink the blood. He said, no, I'm very hungry. He said, if you want to bite, you can bite me. Take my blood, but please spare my friend. He's very dear to my heart. He's more than my life. He said, no, I only want to suck his blood, not yours. He said, please, I beg you, please, you can bite me. As much blood as you want, just take away from my body. But don't trouble my friend. He said, no. I'm very much keen to get his blood, not yours. Then he said, I pray you something. If you want to drink his blood, I will not stop you because you're not able to understand my friendship with him. Anyway, I have a knife. Don't bite him, it will be very much painful to him. I will cut his neck with my own knife and then you can drink his blood. He said, yes, I can do this. I'm agreed with this. Then he took his knife and was cutting his neck and blood was coming out. And snake, he was drinking that blood. And after a while when he's full, he went away. And now this friend is crying and weeping. So much he's weeping and crying. And the friend who was lying on his lap, whose neck was been cut with a knife, he stood up and wiped out his tears. He said, why are you crying? He said, are you awake? He said, why not? Can you believe if someone is cutting your neck and you can fall asleep? I was awake. So if you're awake, why didn't you stop me? You didn't even said, even once, you didn't said, that is painful, you're hurting, and you're just very quiet and, getting this pain from me. And the friend replied, he said, because you are my best friend. What to speak of cutting my neck? If you would have cut my body into 100 pieces, I knew it is for my welfare. Because you are my well-wisher. I knew this because I have complete faith. I have complete love with you. So they both embraced each other and they both were crying and weeping. And that snake was not a snake, it was a demigod who came to check the honesty. He came to check how much they love each other. It's very easy to say, I love you, I love you. Yeah, very easy to say. But the circumstances tells us how much you love that person. Not on a regular days, but in the circumstances. There was one of our acharya, one of our spiritual preceptor. He was in Delhi, and there was a midnight, there was a very heavy earthquake. Fans, chandelier, all were moving like this. The buildings were tilted like this. And it is advisable that at such situation, everyone has to go out to save the life. So the residents of the center of our ashram, Mud, they all ran out. But later they realized, our Gurudev, our spiritual master we can't see him, where is he? So some of them, they came inside the temple to search for him. and he was not in his room. So they were looking him everywhere. And where was he? Found it. He was in deity room and he was holding his love, the deities.
Who is this?
Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. When everyone found him, he was embracing the deities, Krishna, because he was in love with Krishna. His love manifested when? On this particular circumstance. The love, where you love, how much you love someone, it only comes when there is some emergencies. In regular way, we just say, I love you, I love you. But how much sacrifice is there in that love? It only comes in the point of emergency. How much that person is needed you, and how much you are supplying. All your love, your faith, your honesty, everything to help that person out of the way. This is love. Atma Indriya Priti Vancha Date Bole Kam. Krishna Indriya Priti Vancha Dhare Prem. Anything which impressed to my senses, anything which is pleasing to my senses, anything which making my senses always enjoyable, happy, this is all not love. This is Kam. Kam means L for love and L for lust. Because it is for my own selfish enjoyment. I'm not caring for other person, what he feels or she feels about that. I only care for what I feel good about. So in spiritual world, although we all are I. You know what is the meaning of I? We'll say my eyes, my ears, my nose, my tongue, my hand, my body, my house, my family, my country. Where is I? I comes from mine or mine comes from I? It's a question. With this question, spirituality starts. Based on this question. I come from mine, drive from mine, or mine drive from I. If there is no I, there is no mine. You understand what I'm saying? Coming back to the same point. My eyes, my nose, my tongue, my ears, my body. Everything is mine, mine. Who is I? Soul. Soul is I. If soul is present, then everything is mine. If soul is absent, nothing is mine. We don't say, I nose, I ear, my nose, my ear, my body, my family. Not I family, I body. Everything is mine. Everything is mine. But who are you? Are you nose? No. Are you eye? No. Are you ears? No. Are you family? No. I am a person. This is I. So, if we really want to be always living a very blissful and happy life, we should have a little knowledge of who am I? What is the meaning of I? I means soul. If soul is present in the body, then I can see you all. If soul is present in the body, I feel thirsty, I'm feeling hot. If soul is present, I can shake hand with you. Can you imagine if my soul absent or goes out from my body? No reaction. Nothing is mine anymore. Even this world is not mine. My family is not mine. So mind comes from I, not I come from mind. Understand? Anything related to my bodily concept is mind, and anything related to my soul concept is spirituality. This is the basic, this is the first step. One needs to know what is spirituality, understanding I. And with that I, everything is mine. Without that, nothing is mine. How important is that I? Single word. And my, 2 words. I is single word. My is 2 words. Mine is 4 words. But all these words, letters, sorry, it comes from one word. I. Very important. Very important. And that is soul. This soul has direct link. This soul has, soul is full of bliss, Satchidanand, as he said. The same quality which the Lord has. We are part and parcel of the Lord. Mame vansho jiva loke jiva bhuti sanatan. We also have the same. But we don't try to understand this. This is the problem. There is no other problem. If you have any problem in your life, how many of us we don't have any problem in our life? Anyone? I don't have. Every one of us, we have problem in our life. Because we are in the world of problematic, this problematic world. Who made this? God made this. Yeah, He made this. And one who is the engineer, he knows what material he has used. So he knows this house will fall after 20 years because I used that material which will like going to last 20 years only. So Krishna made this world and he knows the material he applied. So he said dukhalyam ashashvat, full of sufferings and temporary. He said this is the material I've used in this world. So but you all are my loving and living entities. I want you to cross this. Cross this material world. Come to me. I'm waiting for you. I went to Brazil. Jesus is standing there. At Rio, who knows? On the top of the mountain, he's getting thunderbolts there. Many of you, thunderbolts. Was he's tolerating and giving everyone a chance. Come, I'm here to bless you. Jesus spreading his 2 arms. Come. Krishna only lift one hand. And with other hand, come. I'm giving you protection and with other arm I'm holding you. He's lifting, go further. So, very important to know this. Atmindya priti vancha tate bole kam. This is calm. This means satisfying, gratifying our own senses. But when the same senses is utilized in adoring the beauty of the Lord, in hearing the glories of the Lord, smelling the fragrance of the Lord, and touching the body of the Lord with tongue, eating the remnants of the Lord, or singing the glories of the Lord, then these senses get Krishnized. From Krishna we get Krishnized. And that degree we get Krishnized, more a mood of love, start reflecting in our heart directly from Him. This is the procedure. There is nothing wrong in this. This is authentic. This is authentic. So every person varies. Different senses, Krishnized senses. Yeah. So we are living in this world of problems. Can we do something about the problem? If the answer says no, then why to worry about? If you cannot do anything with the problem, then nothing to worry about. Can you do something about your problem? Yes, then nothing to worry about. Can you solve your problem? No. Then don't worry. In every circumstance, in every situation, only God loving, not God fearing. Our philosophy is not God fearing. Our philosophy is God loving. How we can learn how to love God? This is a question. By staying in the proximity with those people who knows this art of loving. Yeah? Who knows this art. So all these personalities who knows this art, they have taught us that there is a mantra which is not ordinary, it is called Maha Mantra, the king of all the mantras. If you chant this mantra, you utter, because the name of the Lord is present in the mantras, then He is ready to get under your control. He is ready to sit in your heart. Chant as much as you can. No matter if it's morning, it's noon, evening, night, midnight, whatever it is. Any posture, walking, sitting, lying, chant the mantra. So easily accessible. Very easily accessible. So, how much time we have? No.
We're just making it up.
It's 10 past 8 now.
Okay.
We started a little late, but I think we can a little more.
Okay. One more thing. You may have in the past or in future, please concentrate now what I am going to say. In the past or future, might hear many lectures, discourses about many philosophies. But I must tell you one thing. Maximum philosophies in the world, you can say 95% philosophies, they only target to one point. Atyant dukh nivritti. How I can get rid of my sufferings, that's all. And the host is charging thousands of dollars. I've heard this in Europe, in America. Thousands of dollars for a ticket to attend the lecture. And what is speaking the lecture? The aim and object of life is just how you can get rid of your sufferings, that's all. And you know how we can understand this? With an analogy. Suppose I'm a very healthy person, which I am, but I got sick. The true word sick, not the other sick. The word sick applied in many ways. You know, your kirtan was sick, Prabhu. I don't know, I just learned in London this. Okay, anyway. Some humor is also required, otherwise it's very intense. So, if I get diseased and I have fever, for 15 days I am bedridden. So I'm suffering 15 days. I can't eat properly, I can't go out with my friends, I can't do anything. 15 days. And I'm going through some treatment. medicines, antibiotics. Yeah, was very terrible time. 15 days over, I became healthy. And after 15 days, when I became healthy, I said, oh, wow, such a relief, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so good. This is true with everyone. But the important point I want to focus is, what is the source of my happiness? I'm the same person I was before. I'm the same person as I was before, healthy. But only some little duration of days I was not able to act properly, eat properly, sleep properly, or move around properly. This is 95% philosophy. How you can get rid of your sufferings. We are not meant to suffer. This is a small little, what you call, some duration of years or of lives. With my own faults, I have adopted this suffering on myself. No one told me or forced me that you have to suffer or you go through this suffering. No, I took poison myself. Nobody forced me. I just want to get myself. So how to get rid of this suffering? This is what the whole 95% philosophy is. Yeah. So, even after attending those discourses, those lectures, what happened? Is the suffering is over? Never possible. Never possible. Temporary, maybe few days, week, month or year. Suffering bound to come. Bound to come. But then, there is another 3 or 4% philosophy which is a little spiritual than that. And they say, yes. That philosophy says, beyond this philosophy of getting rid of suffering, there is something more to be known. And what is that? Your spiritual identity. Who you are. This your spiritual identity. Let us all come to know who we are. This philosophy only motivated only to this point. And to understand this analogy again. Yeah. A week back, I was walking in this central London, Neal, this street. I lost my wallet. In that wallet there was some like 100 pounds, my license, some few bank cards. When I went back to my home, oh, I lost my wallet. Where is that? Oh, suffering. There were some important documents, my license, 100 pounds. Yeah, it will give me suffering. The separation from my belonging is giving me suffering. But again, after a week, if I'm walking by in the street again, somebody called me, hello sir. Yes. Oh, the other day I saw you were running and the wallet fell from your pocket. Is this yours? Oh yes. Yes. So when he gave me back, he said, I saw it fell from your pocket. This is yours. I know. Please take it. When I took my wallet back, what happened? I found out all documents are there, license is there, and 100 pounds are there. Oh, such a relief. I'm so happy. What is the source of my happiness? The same thing which I have lost, I got back. What is the source of my happiness? There is nothing additional went back in my wallet. Nobody has kept 1,000 pounds there. It is same 100 pounds. I got the same thing back which I had before. This is the 3% philosophy says. You understand the point? No?
Sounds like
But you'd be grateful because it's quite a nice thing to someone to give you a wallet back.
That's fine. We are grateful, thankful, everything. But what is the point I want to focus is, what is the source of my happiness?
Relief of suffering.
It's just relief of my suffering. I was in panic situation, I get out of it, that's all. There is nothing additional, bliss or happiness showering to me. Nothing. It's the same. I regained my health, I'm very happy. I got something which I lost, I'm very happy. But I was the same person and that was the same valuable. There's nothing increased, nothing has changed the situation. Now, our philosophy says something which is inclusive of these two philosophies. Not only restricted to getting rid of your sufferings, not only even restricted to understand who you are, but something more than that. And what is that? What is your service and love towards your source, towards Krishna, the Supreme God? If we come to understand this, establish this loving relationship with that source, then all other two are inclusive in that. We'll easily get rid of suffering. We'll come to know what is my spiritual identity. Plus, I will understand what is my service and what is my love, dedication to Him. So instead of following the other philosophy, if we follow this philosophy is inclusive of all other philosophies. And it's so easy to follow. How is easy to follow? Just sing and chant and eat. That's all. Chant and be happy. What to chant? iPhone, 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 iPhone. Cannot chant more than 1 hour. So boring. Yeah. My car. Tesla, 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 Tesla. How long I can just tell my friends and show off to my friends, I got new Tesla. How long? Month, 2 months, 6 months, and they'll be fed up of hearing, yes, we know this, you got Tesla. Yeah, it's the same big screen and it's, electric. After 6 months, over. 1 minute. Yeah. And I was in Seattle, one of our devotees, he has a new version of Tesla, very expensive one, and the doors opens like butterfly. Yeah, he received me at airport, Seattle, Hemant. Yeah, he came to airport to receive me, but he parked in a no parking zone. And when I came out with my luggage, there was a police. And he was about to give him ticket. He said, sir, it's a no parking zone. And he opened he first pressed the button and doors opened like this. And he was like, oh, really? Very nice car. Interesting. Okay, no ticket, please go ahead. He was so impressed to see how the doors goes like butterfly, like this. So, all this, any kind of comforts, luxuries, the happiness derived from that is very temporary. The moment we get a new version, we forgot about that. But what about Krishna? Ever fresh, ever new version. His beauty always enhance. Asma ordam ananya siddhim. Yeah. Every moment the beauty enhance. Every moment the love towards Him increasing. Every day is a new and fresh day if we follow this philosophy. Krishna consciousness. What is the meaning of consciousness? Did you have a question, please? Before I start the next point. Yeah.
Silly question.
That's fine.
I was thinking, what happens if you chant and then that makes you happy and then afterwards you suffer again?
Come again?
What happens if you chant and that makes you happy and then afterwards you suffer again?
It's a very good question.
Can you repeat it?
She asked the question, correct me if I'm wrong. She said, what if we start chanting and again we get suffering?
But the chanting makes you happy, but then after...
Yeah, chanting makes you happy, and then again you go through suffering. When a child cries for the mother, and mother comes and embraces the child, are you crying for me? Yes. And mother is giving so much affection to child. But after some days, if child is doing something wrong, or he have done something wrong in the past, the mother is trying to correct the child. Or even she can sometimes chastise the child. But the chastisement of mother is better than chastisement and correction of some other motherly like neighborhood or any other person. When we chant, we become happy. Then later, if we feel that I am suffering, then we are not chanting actually. The chanting is not correct, something is wrong. Example in Srimad Bhagavatam. If I am hungry, and each and every morsel of food going in my stomach, 3 activities functioning simultaneously. What are the 3 activities? I get nourished, my hunger subsides, and satisfaction. Never is possible that if I am eating something and I am not getting nourished or I am not satisfied. 3 are always together. If I am chanting correctly, if I am chanting nicely, happiness bound to come. No one can stop this. And if it is not coming, something is wrong. Something is wrong in the process. Not in the spiritual process. Something is wrong with my process. Something is wrong in my process. Then now it gets more like our Gaudiya philosophy in that we have to consider that, okay, am I doing 10 offenses, performing 10 offenses towards that chanting? And now there are great details in that. Big details in that. Am I attentive while I am chanting? My spiritual master used to say, if you're chanting and if you see a crow flying and sitting from one wall to other wall, if you are acknowledging this, you are not chanting at all. This is not called chanting. My Guru Maharaj used to say. Chanting means no matter if a parade or a band party passed by you and you are not even aware of that. This is called absorption in chanting. Absorption. So always remember 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Proper planning prevents poor performance. We are trying to plan our life. So it has to be planned in a very right way. Proper planning. It will always prevent poor performance. If you are not planned, what is the goal and setup of my life? Then poor performance is bound to come. So, a devotee life is a regulated life. Please try to understand this. Devotee of Krishna is not an ordinary human being. It's beyond the level of human being. If there is some calamity, some destruction in any country, maybe like a flood or earthquake, what we get the news? 200 people died. We never hear 300 dogs died or 1,000 birds died. Always human being died. This means human birth, human body is more important than any other species of life. To due respect to every species of life. I'm not saying that. Because Paramatma, Super Soul, is present in everyone's heart. But still, the significance of human birth is more important And we all got this gift from the God. Someone might say, but God has done for me. Baba, He's given you gift. He's given us a gift, human birth, with consciousness. They also have consciousness, but is covered. Yeah. Mind, intelligence. Two parts of the brain. Mind, intelligence. Decision taken by either mind or the intelligence. Most of the time, 99% decisions are taken by mind. In our daily activities, always by mind, very less and few with intelligence. How we define a person who is very intelligent? He never hears the urges of the mind. He only hears intelligence. Every single decision in one day, we take 100 of decisions. I should go or should not go. I should eat this or not. I should make friendship with him or not. Many decisions, mind, intelligence. Try to observe insight. Is this decision taken by mind or intelligence? Decision of mind, always cheating. Decision of intelligence, always best. Example, I am diabetic. I cannot eat cakes. Very nice cake comes. Just by seeing there's a craving, oh, I should eat this. My mind will say, eat it, no problem. No, I'm intelligence saying, you're on medicine. Every day you take a medicine. Tomorrow I'll take 2. No harm. But just enjoy that cake. And that enjoyment is only for how many minutes? The moment it is on the tongue, that's all. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Every enjoyment, every sense enjoyment, momentary, few minutes. Yeah. Someone say, my favorite is Mexican food. Thai food. No, I'm not saying don't eat that. Please don't take it otherwise. Just point I want to explain here is, that food, anything which my favorite, the moment it goes from the tongue back into my stomach, finish. The enjoyment is over. This is what I want to say. But my mind forced me to eat that because my tongue wants to enjoy that. And because of that, I have to go through some sufferings. The next day, might be my blood sugar will rise and I have to take 2 medicines, or maybe some other problem will come. But if I would have heard the order of my, or the instructions of my intelligence, no, this cake is sweet, but for you is poison. No need to take this. Just fill your belly, whatever is there, and relax. You don't even have to take medicine. Srila Bhakti-Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, he was so much controlled with everything. No matter whatever delicious food in front of it, he never ever had any kind of desire, craving to eat that. Nothing. So much self-control. So, what makes us differ from an ordinary human person and extraordinary human person? Utilizing intelligence. And moment we start utilizing our intelligence more and more and more, then Krishna said, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upyanti te tesham satyuktanam bhajatam priti purukam. I will supply the more intelligence. How you can come to me, how you can come to me, and how I can bring you near to me. Moment we are more and more close to Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, more and more we feel the loving reciprocation. More and more intelligence become powerful, and urges of mind, they just get totally crushed with the spirituality of intelligence, and person becomes more and more intelligent. And when there is more and more intelligence, the functioning with intelligence, the aura totally changed. The same person I saw 5 years back, I was totally changed. Such effulgent aura. Wow. How's possible? Intelligence. So many decisions every day we take. Mind, intelligence, and there's a fight. There's always a quarrel between mind and intelligence. But this is again on a mental plane. This is again on a mental plane. There's something beyond that. So that's why it's a big philosophy, very depth. This is again on mental plane. But what is beyond that? Something beyond that. Anything. Krishnandriya priti vancha dhare prem naam. Beyond intelligence is that serving the senses of the Lord with our senses. This is something beyond intelligence. And when we get established on this point, then chant and be happy. This phrase. We accomplish that. Chanting and be happy. So self-judgment. Are we taking decision by mind or intelligence? And how many decisions by mind and intelligence? We can count one day and make a chart. What I was in a week back, how I was acting a month back, how I am progression and more on the intelligence part rather than the mind part. The same body, but two different pullings. Correct. You see, this is human. Only human being can understand this. Animals have no consideration. They have consciousness, but no consideration of this mind and intelligence. We as human beings, we can relate this very easily. But beyond human being, is devotee life, which even surpass that stage of mental pain, the stage of that intelligence, something beyond that. Something beyond that. Understanding of concept of soul and the relationship with the super soul. So, we all are devotees. We are beyond human beings because we are trying to utilize that intelligence. Rishikena rishikeshu sevna bhakti uchyate. To serve the senses of the Lord with our senses. And that makes us little differ from an ordinary human being who has consciousness but who is not Krishna consciousness. So more facility we enjoy, more we have to pay. You travel in economy class, you pay less. You travel in business class, you pay 4 times more. Why? You enjoy more facilities. If you go 5-star hotel, you know how much you are, I don't know. An ordinary hotel, less to pay. Less facility, less payment. We are devotees. We have more facilities. That means more payment. More payment means a regulated life. Yeah. More we get regulated, more condense the love we extract from the spiritual life, world, and more we are close proximity with God, because He is a very regulated person. He is a very regulated person. And see His regulation You see sun, moon, star, constellation, very punctual. It's all regulated. Seasons, everything is regulated. Yeah, he's a very regulated person. And he likes to be those who are regulated. If we are not regulated, he still is our friend, but not intimate friend. Samoham sarvoteshu name dveshti asti name priya. Krishna says, I am not enemy to anyone and I am not friendly to anyone. I am neutral. But the second line, Je bhajantu mam bhaktaya, one who worships me, one who wants to know me, one who utilizes his intelligence to come to me, then tam teshu, then I personally guide that person and supply that intelligence. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yer mam bhaktite, by which that person comes to me. So, he's ready, we need to get ready. Regulated. This is what is devotee life. Regulation. And there is so much fun and enjoying to be a regulated person. What do you think? The president or the prime minister of a country is not having regulation? He is also, or she, anybody, they are living a regulated life, but different kind of regulation. They can't just come in everywhere in the street to have their shopping, in any mall, in any shop. There's some regulations. And they make so many bylaws, regulation for the citizens. You can't park your car anywhere free of cost. You have to pay 3 pounds for 1 hour. I heard this.
Or sometimes more.
Sometimes more. Regulations are there to regulate the citizens of the country, to make a country a better place to stay, so that everyone can stay without any problem and enjoy their life. Even the country has regulations. So what to speak of? Living this, not country, the world, and get situated in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual domain, how much more regulated it needs to be. This is the whole idea. So, nothing to worry about. Chant and be happy. Sing the glories of the Lord and live a very happy life. But how to live that life, we need to know. A person who is called spiritual master, who inform us, train us, regulate us, empower us to live a happy life. It's the same case. If I'm in depression, I have to go to one psychiatrist, one doctor. And what the doctor will say. Also, many regulations. You don't have to eat this. You have to wake up this time. You eat this medicine. Regulations. This doctor, because I'm in depression. In the same way, we all are diseased. What is the disease? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Repeated birth, death. Again birth, death. Sometime in Holland, in Brazil, London, India, Middle East countries. This universe, that universe. Rotation, going on, going on, going on, going on. We need to stop this cycle. Switch off the fan, running very fast. Not this fan. The fan moving, this cycle of birth and death. So how we switch off that? Chant and be happy. This is switching off. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Guru Maharaj, you mentioned that we should use our intelligence. Sometimes our mind, or very often our mind can be more overpowering than our intelligence. How can we make our intelligence more stronger? Or how can we lean more towards our intelligence in certain situations where our mind will want to take over?
If someone is not healthy, it is advisable to improve your health by doing some yoga or by 1 hour brisk walk or jogging every day to become healthy. Intelligence also needs some exercise, some workouts. And then intelligence become very strong enough to suppress the urges of mind. Yeah? So we need some workouts for intelligence. You want to have? Okay, then you see me personally. Mucha? It's okay? Yes, please.
Thank you so much for your amazing Harikatha.
Welcome.
You mentioned that when you are chanting, it is so important to be fully immersed in the chanting, otherwise you won't be happy. But I really struggle when I am chanting with distractions. Do you have any advice to help focus on the sound, on the mantra?
Yeah. This is a situation, or this is a problem which we all go through. What we are doing, what we are chanting is not any ordinary syllable of this world. It is from spiritual world. It descended from the spiritual world. So therefore, to improve this, we need to get some spiritual energies to concentrate on that spiritual syllable. And who can supply us these spiritual energies? Spiritual persons, spiritualists. They can supply this. So, in other words, by their association, remember, always remember this. Unless a mood of repentance and regret comes in the heart, one cannot rise in spiritual world. And how this mood develops in the heart? When we hear from a spiritual person about if I am doing something wrong or right. By seeing their lifestyle and by coming to understand that what I was thinking in my back of my mind and throughout what I have done in my life, I was thinking this was healthy, this was good, there's nothing wrong in that. But the moment we associate with any spiritual person, we get to know, no, that was a totally wrong concept and I was just wasting my life in enjoying my senses. When regret comes, when repentance comes, heart melts. It's very essential, very important. Unless if the heart is not melting, that means something is wrong. It's very essential to melt that heart, and it cannot be melted with this heat wave in London. Heart gets melted with the association of those who knows the art or whose heart has already melted and became very liquefied, very pure. So association makes us chant in a more better way. There is no other way out. No matter how much you try, but we come back to the same. We come back to the same situation. Only association. There is no other way. And what is the meaning of association? The meaning of association is adopting someone's lifestyle in our lifestyle is called association. Just by staying to that person, shaking hand with that person, it's not association. Adopting the lifestyle, seeing and getting impressed with his lifestyle or her lifestyle and adopting that, we associate that person. And the moment that association comes, heart is bound to get melt. And when the heart is melting, a regret, a repentance comes. What I did in my past years. Whole life I just wasted. Yeah? Just eating, sleeping, mating, all of these things. What I have done with my life. Totally waste. Now I have come to know this. And the moment we come to know this, we start correcting that. But in that correcting part, we go through ups and downs. Sometimes we winning over, sometimes we get defeated. For in that circumstance, we need someone who is very powerful, who can encourage us, inspire us, and hold us to the same degree, to the same level. Otherwise, fall comes. You see? Therefore, it's always advisable to stay in the support of those who are equal to us, devotees, but the encouragement, the inspired part only comes from those who are superior to us. Association with superior spiritual masters is always advisable and always beneficial to us. Then chanting can be improved.
Thanks so much.
Hare Krishna. I have one question. My question is, when we are going to stop this? No, I'm just joking. Okay.
Gurudev, what are the symptoms of someone who is beneficial for us to associate with? What are the symptoms of someone who is like good association, the symptoms of someone who can help our chanting? How can we tell the difference between what is good and what is bad for us?
You want to know who is that person?
What are the qualities how can we recognize them?
He will answer this. He is very expert and fluent in this. How we can judge that person? Yeah.
So he asked the question, how can we recognize, or what are the qualities or qualifications of that person who can help us to become focused, to dive deep into our relationship with God and to be able to focus on chanting the names of the Lord. So the scriptures give us many different qualities, many different qualifications of the bona fide spiritual master, the bona fide spiritual guide. In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, 26 qualities of a devotee are mentioned. I'm not going to mention all of them, but there's one quality in the center. It is called Krishnaika Sharana. It means completely surrendered to Krishna. This surrender is devotional surrender. It means they have given their heart completely in love and affection to Krishna. This is the main and primary quality. The very first verse of Sri Upadeshamrita, Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami tells us who is qualified to accept disciples. Accept disciples means that they are qualified to bring that person from material conditioning into spiritual conditioning. Means transcendental, eternal love and affection with Krishna. What is the qualification for such a person? And it's only telling us, essentially, what are the things which they are able to control. The first one is Vacho Vegam. Means the urge of speech. They don't speak anything which is not in relation to God, to Krishna, and how to progress on that path. They don't talk about the mundane things of this world. Because what someone speaks, what comes out of the mouth, is symptomatic of the mind. Today we were driving, and this lady pulled up next to us, and there was traffic, and she started swearing so much. And I have never heard anyone swear like this, but she just wanted the car in front of us to move out of the way so we can go across the street. And I said to my wife, oh my God, I wouldn't know how to speak like that if I tried. But this was a symptomatic of her mind. What was coming out of the mouth is what is going on through the mind. So who can control the urges of speech? They must be able to control the urges of the mind. How does one control the urge of the speech? They only speak about topics related to love of God. Then their mind is only always resting in that realm. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo. Means their mind is always going to Krishna. Because their mind is going to Krishna. Maharaj, before he mentioned Purna Amrita Ashvadanam. I think that was yesterday. But the mind is completely pure, clean, and cooled. So anger will not come. Anger about loss of mundane things, material things, means those things in relation to me, attachments. When I become angry, when I lose that thing, it means that I am not concentrated on spiritual matters, but I am concentrated on material things. So anger comes as a result. Krishna says in Gita, how does anger come? When you contemplate the objects of the senses, then you develop attachment for them. From that attachment, when it is frustrated, then anger comes. When the attachment is separated from you, or when the expectation isn't met, then anger comes. But the saint completely controls the urges of anger. And if he does exhibit anger, then you will have to see. I said he, or it can be she also. If they exhibit anger, is that anger utilized in the service of the Lord, or is it for themselves? You didn't cook nice for me. How dare you? Then this is not the qualification of a saint. So speech, mind, anger, the urge of the tongue to want to taste everything. This is a symptom of being uncontrolled. Looking around, I want this, I want to taste this, I want to taste that, I want to fill my belly with this. Always wanting to fill the belly. And when one cannot control their mind, their anger, their speech, their tongue, their tendency to fill their belly, also, then their lusty desires, means the tendency to want to enjoy everything of this world through the medium of the senses, and every possible way, these become uncontrolled. So that person who can control all of these urges, who can control these urges? No one of this world can control these urges. We're bound by them. But someone who has given their heart, who has given their time, their energy, their everything in the service of the Supreme Lord, of Krishna, when they have exclusively devoted their heart, then they're able to control all of these urges. And that person is qualified to give help to the rest of us who cannot control those urges. And we can look at ourselves, test our spiritual pulse, and determine, have I controlled the urges of my mind, my speech, my anger, my tongue, my belly, my sexual appetite? Have I controlled this? If not, then I require help to be able to move from the mundane realm to the transcendental or spiritual realm. And the only way that we can come from this place to that is by coming in contact with someone who can control all of those urges. They are qualified. But the main qualification is that they are completely surrendered. Wholesale, 100%, means 24 hours a day, their mind, everything is absorbed. Every sense is absorbed in the service of the Lord. And by taking association from that kind of person, that is the qualification of someone who can help us to move from material conditioning to our eternal, inherent, transcendental, spiritual nature of love and affection for the Lord.
So, same question was being asked to one of our Acharya, Sriman Sriman Kishorimohan Maharaj, and he replied, very simple, one sentence reply. Absorption above the level is spiritual absorption. Any absorption of mind below level, material absorption. That's all. Very simple to define this. Gaura Premanande. So we're going to end up here. And on Friday is very auspicious day. Many of us we know. Those who don't know, it's called the Guru Purnima. We pray, we seek blessings to all of our entire lineage, all spiritualists, all our Guru Parampara of that day. It's a very auspicious day to celebrate. So, if by chance, if you're free on that day, so Friday, the program will be in the evening, please come and join us. We're going to hear more and more spiritual topics regarding Krishna and his pure devotees. Thank you so much. Hari Bol. Again one request came. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, everybody. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Thank you so much.